Hello guys and spies, welcome back to Gone Rogue. Last time we went back to school to prove to Janie here that we're not a fool, and of course we returned with full chemical reagents and also a bunch of other stuff that we'll probably turn in. Go talk to Janie though. Are you back already? It wasn't as hard to get this reagent as you might think. Yes, that's exactly what we need. You did a great job, as always. I've already talked to Carl. He said they knew the right people and promised to sell the reagent. Pretty soon we'll have enough money, and we'll be able to free Andrew. I've waited a long time to ask you, but are you sure this person that you're giving the bribe to is gonna actually, work out? Are you sure he's not, not gonna cheat? We've known each other since childhood. He's a good man. We have a lot of childhood friends in this reality. Although, to be honest, I haven't trusted anyone completely for a long time. But as it happens, we have no other options. We are forced to take this risk. What if the court acquits Andrew without any need for intervention? I mean, maybe he was detained by mistake, The state clearly does that, winks at viewers. We can only make the situation worse in that particular scenario. I don't know, Jack. I mean, do you really believe that? Have you ever seen a single detainee released? I mean, the apparatus of law and order is supposed to make no mistakes. There isn't a man who can't be punished. You just have to dig a little deeper. Let's just think happy thoughts here, alright? We'll make it. We've already done half the job, right? You're right. As soon as there's any news, I'll tell you. Alright, cool. What we got here? Another letter from B? B's third letter. I'm sorry I haven't written in for a long time. I plunged headlong into solving the administrative problems of the hospital, but there are a lot of them here. We have to work tirelessly to strengthen morale and patriotism among the patients and the staff. Some soldiers complain about poor quality treatment, spread defeatist sentiments, and even dared to be rude to me. Can you believe it? Me! Such people immediately show that they are malingerers, which is a word I don't come across too often. After each sending of the simulators back to the front, the morale of the remaining patients increases noticeably. They sing the anthem louder, and they go to hourly formations more willingly and volunteer for various jobs. In general, everything is stable for me. I hope it is for you too. After all, they haven't stopped taking the garbage to the slum yet, and you always have something to eat. It's a nice sentiment to have also. B. They haven't stopped taking stuff to the slums yet as far as trash. Rudolph's note. I have urgent business for you. Rudolph, the apothecary. Your friend. Your friendly German. Civilian halt. I'm standing. What's going on here? You're not thinking of running away from me, are you? Mind you, the gun is loaded and ready for action. Now, I am a serious man. Do not worry, though. I come with glad tidings. You are honored to join the ranks of our valiant army. In accordance with this order, you must report with your belongings to the recruiting station within 3 days. Is this some kind of joke? I am a serious man. Military regulations forbid jokes. There have been too many unfortunate mistakes. However, all this will soon be explained to you in an easy to understand manner and brochure. Alright, cool. I don't need to talk to that guy. Also some guy over here, which you wouldn't have known about, but I knew to look for him. Hey, what are you doing in my yard? What, me? What do you mean? It's all right, citizen. Go in, don't stop. Don't you have anything else to do? I mean, I can see there's something wrong with you. In fact, you look like a deserter. How dare you? I mean, I'd give anything for my country. I'm not afraid at all. And why are you here? I mean, did you have a fight with your fiancé? Or did you miss your train? What's up? How can such little things stop a true patriot? The girlfriend can wait, and I can get to the front of my own feet. So it's okay for if I just call a patrolman here then, eh? Wait, don't do that. Okay, I'll tell you my story. It all happened a couple of days ago. Our squad was sent to the hospital for some kind of medical examination. We were standing outside, quietly waiting our turn. Suddenly there was some sort of crazy screaming coming from a nearby building. I had been curious since birth, so I stealthily stepped out of formation. Somehow no one noticed. I crept into the hospital window and peeked inside. And I wish I hadn't seen what I saw. There was this young guy, a recruit, laying on the bed. He was being held by two doctors, and the third was giving him an injection. The guy's eyes were bulging. There were veins in his neck, and there was a gag in his mouth. And then he turned his head, saw me, and looked at me ever so pitifully. After the injection, something really creepy started happening to him. He was all bent out of shape, waving his arms and with inhuman strength and screaming. But that didn't last long. Soon he fell silent and started drooling. The doctors picked him up under his arms and dragged him out of the cabinet. They were doing all this inside like a, cupboard. That's my headcanon. So, what do you think of that guy? I'm not really sure, but the symptoms are very similar to a new contagion that there are so many rumors about right now. Something from an umbrella corporation. That's the first time I've heard of it. How come you haven't heard of the contagion? Everyone in our barracks already knows about it. I mean, they say that an infected person begins to hate the party and may even become a criminal, an unreliable element. That's just awful. These are the true symptoms, clearly. The doctors are now trying to devise a cure to bring the sick back to the law-abidingness and the love of the party. But I don't think they've succeeded yet. No one has ever returned from the hospital. But if there is a risk of catching it in the barracks, I really want to serve my country, but the possibility of getting sick just really scares me. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we're all scared of something. I'm scared of sock puppets. I'm not really afraid. I'm not really ashamed. I'm afraid, not ashamed. So how long are you just gonna sit here in the corner of my, barbed wire lined backyard? I'm not happy about the prospect of, being detained on suspicion of harboring a deserter. Well, that's the problem. How am I supposed to walk around town in my uniform? I'll be arrested by the first patrol. Why don't you help me, change and get some supplies for the trip? All right, sure. What exactly do you need? Well, I need some civilian clothes and boots, 5 cans of canned food, and a bottle of wine for, bravery. All right, wait here, I'll see if I can find those clothes in my house. I have to go to the market for some of the other things. Thank you so much. So if you go into town, you'll actually find a snitch who's looking for this guy, which is kind of interesting. I already knew he was going to be here. Also, let's go look in this cabinet. There's some clothes. We should have some boots laying around here somewhere. Maybe they're upstairs? I don't think there's anything in here. We're trying to keep up appearances of being, morbidly poor. Even though we have tons of money bucks right now. There's Jane sitting around. Taking these boots. Jane, how you doing? Looks at you with the big puppy dog eyes. No worry, things will get better soon. Come on, Jackie. And you can turn this guy into that snitch. I think you just get money. I can't remember what we get from this. We'll see real quick. Have you found the stuff yet? Yeah, here's your stuff. I had some wine in my belongings, so I didn't have to go to the market. Thank you. You managed to find everything I asked for. What are you going to do next? I'm going to try to start a new life. I can no longer go back to my home. My mother is very patriotic, you understand, and I bring great shame to the family by fleeing. I don't have anything of value with me, but I thought of a way I could thank you. I'll tell you about the physical exercises I was taught at the recruiting station. You're apparently going to learn these soon, but I'll teach you them sooner. You can be ahead of your class. You'll get a lot stronger and tougher if you do the army method. The deserter gives Jack a quick workout in which he talks about all the physical exercises he knows of. You've acquired a new specialization, Rookie. Cool. So what does Rookie do? Let's take a look. There's so many of these now, it's hard to find them. Even with the weight limit exceeded, Jack is still able to walk. So you can go 50% over your normal load capacity. I'm not sure how much that slows you down, but it's pretty good if you're just looking to load up on everything in the world. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you? Alright, so we got a new antique, which is this music box. So what do we want to use for our music box book? Let's see, let's go back there, over here. Do I want to get more lockpick? We're doing well there. I could get cockiness. That sounds pretty cool. I could get that right now with our perk point. Let's go ahead and do so. This increases the subsequent hack speeds. I could get this to make safes and iron doors easier. Normals go to easy, and high break-ins go to normal. That also sounds rather good. Can we see what this is? We can. The speed of all types of hacking, which I guess is just all entry methods, is increased by 30%. That's it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I'm into it. How close are we on other things? Rough Break-In actually didn't get much of anything that last mission, if it got anything at all. Because I've just been lockpicking everything. Lockpicking, you know, pretty good. As long as it's not a window. Let's see. Well, this is up to the next level, so I could get this to take another tool. That sounds good. I could just become harder to see in dark. Which sounds great. That has been very good for us. That saved me a lot in the last mission, actually. What is this one? Let's see. An inconspicuous face. Hostile characters only begin to pay attention to Jack 1 second after he enters their line of sight. That sounds pretty neat. That could have some very niche, stupid abilities. What else do I want to work towards? We're getting pretty good on electronics. The messed up eyesight's definitely something I'd like. I don't remember if we looked at this before. I think we did. But you get less thief sight radius, but you just get faster on everything. And for every book we've read, which we've read a few books, it goes up 2%. So who knows where that could end up at the end of this playthrough. Very fast. We're almost there, so maybe I'll get more electronics. That's been going up pretty quick. I'm trying to think of what the next mission is. We haven't really been told yet. Let's think about that first. Let's go talk to Carl. Carl probably has some ideas. And that's where the game is instructing us to go. What a day today. Look at this. They sent me a draft notice. Well, that's to be expected. I mean, you're unemployed, and you're also one of those unreliable elements. Cue the audience laughing. The destiny of the bravest and the strongest, isn't it? Maybe so, but there's always a place for us on the front line, too. Every shell fired by the enemy is worth more than our lives. And that means that even the death of any of our compatriots brings us closer to victory. I'm not so eager to die in the name of victory, my friend. The outcome of this war does not depend at all on my life or death. You better tell me, what do I do now? I mean, do you have any ideas? What would you do? Let me think about it. I would immediately dismiss the attempt to escape. It would be equated as desertion, and desertion is equated with high treason, which is, of course, equated with, not the winning lotto numbers, I have to tell you. That would be a disastrous and a shameful thing to do. I would never even help someone who wanted to desert. Wink. I don't want the last thing that I ever see in my life to be rifles of a firing squad. You're thinking correct. Running away from difficulty is not the same as overcoming it. So we'll do it the legal and, extra legal way. I think the easiest way is to get the certificate of unfit health. We'll make it so you have the irritable bowel syndrome, and they will not take you into the military. That's how it works. How much time do you have left? 3 days. The task is a little more complicated in that case. But I think a substantial bribe to the right doctor could solve everything. These bribes always solve everything, looks at camera. Just keep in mind that it will not be cheap, especially in such a short time. You should try to find a pliable doctor. Nowadays, all the ideological people will send their mother to the front. Except I have no money left for bribes. I would like to look at my inventory to say that I have no money left for bribes. Wink. How so? I thought you were on the upswing lately. Also wants to look at your inventory. All the money went to a good cause. Maybe you could lend me some, eh? I can't. I have a family to feed. Not that you ever see them. They are not, they do not matter in this particular sequence. You don't have a family. I like to eat for 3. I mean, so I have my own family. If you don't have the money, use your head. Forge a hospital form. It's not a problem for you, yeah? The main snag is getting the head doctor's stamp. You can do it without it, because of the undisclosed reasons. It's the stamp of authenticity. Forge a hospital form? What will I write? It does not matter yet. Just get the form and the right stamp, and we'll figure it out later, okay? Alright, form, stamp, got it. I'm going to go to the hospital today. Thanks for your advice. If something happens, don't forget to write me from the front line. I want to know about all your war stories. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, let's see how much money old Lethal has. It's been a month and you haven't paid your rent. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Are you gonna pay? Actually, are you going to pay? Sure. Don't be late with your payments again or I'll increase your rent. I didn't even know I had payment. I would have done it. Anyway, let's haggle. Yeah, we have 894 straight dollar dues. I think we're doing a little bit all right. Also, the drugs. When we talk about the amount of drugs. Also, I got so many brain stems. Some of these are half empty. It's a shame I can't put one into the other, but whatever. Let's see. We have 8 food stamps we'll need to put away. We have our books. Yeah, we should read those. That's a good idea. Glad I thought of it. 1,112 state dollar dues. We're doing all right. So let's read doing it ourselves. I'll give us more lockpicking. Oh, calm down, camera, please. Camera's just going ballistic. And we'll also read our desktop book of the Young Scout. Get more stealth. Or more thief mastery, excuse me. It's effectively stealth mastery. Come on. Get off my case. Alright, so we still have those. We still have those. Now think about what we want to do. So we're going to be going to the hospital. Trying to remember what the hospital even had in it. It's been a while since I've been there. Anyway, let's go talk to yous. We can agonize over what kind of perks I'm going to take in a moment here. Go and feed them kids. There you go. We did our part. Let's see if they got any more things. I probably want to get a camera. I want to get an access card, excuse me. If Franco has one. You got anything new? You got some LOD, hardware LOD, and some other things. None of that really appeals to me. Alright, what kind of book do we want to get? Do I want to get electronics? Now, let's go with more pickpocketing. I like pickpocketing. Go talk to our favorite old man, Mr. Yongsu. It is good to see you. I hope that you are not empty-handed. I brought you something interesting. A music box? Great. This is quite suitable for my collection. Let's exchange. Give me a pickpocketing book. Good choice. I hope that you will like it. Come again more often. Always happy to see your ass. Me too, man. Me too. It's a good-looking butt. Anyway, let's go ahead and get more sticky fingers. Alright, Billiam. I need you to tell me about things and stuff. We also gotta go see old Rudolph, the red-nosed doctor. Where you staring at? I need some informationes. Tell me about the Red Hearts Hospital. Slow down, kid. That place is militarized and heavily guarded. According to the information, it's going to cost you more. Let's say $50 reduce. Alright, ask. There are a lot of soldiers there? Well, it's a military hospital. Everywhere you go, you're going to run into a wounded soldier. Yeah, I'm starting to remember that place now. It's a real bastard. So who guards this here hospital? The guards mostly consist of, of soldiers and officers, assisted by guard dogs. Also, don't forget the doctors. They won't be happy they see the old ass there. Might be a good one for a Robin Hood one. I didn't have that last time I went here, but since there's a lot of civilian doctors, they won't care as long as they don't see me do anything naughty. Presumably. Security system? The main building of the hospital is equipped with a good security system. The main entrance is blocked by 2 laser beams, and there are surveillance cameras inside and out the building. As for the 2 barracks, there are no alarms. Alright, anything valuable? Well, as in any hospital, drugs, medicines, painkillers. If you don't think that's enough, try checking the contents of the chief physician's safe. Alright, well, tell me about a possible head doctor's form and stamp. Where can I get a blank form? Well, one of the barracks has a chancery, and I would start my search there for all that stuff. So how do I find the chief doctor? His office is on the 2nd floor of the main administration building. If you see a thick iron door, you've come to the right place. That's all I have to say on the matter. Alright, thanks, Billiam. What did that say? We won't go to war, we'll dump on it. It's the big old thinky dump. Alright, let's go and see Rudolph. We can endure Lethal's terrible, terrible German accent. Ah, hello, Jack. You're just in time. I was just about to look for you myself. And what happened? Oh, not yet. I have a feeling that it will happen soon. Over the past week, I have met several people with the same symptoms. There have been high fevers, red whites of the eyes, sores, and skin rashes. All these indications are that there's a steppe fever epidemic breaking out in the neighborhood at this very moment. All right, is it a dangerous disease? Dangerous is a bit of an understatement. The mortality rate can be as high as 50% of all who fall ill. I have already applied for the supply of medicines and hiring additional doctors and paramedics. I am afraid that by the time the whole bureaucratic machine starts working, there will be no time left to actually save the people. The military principle in dealing with epidemics is simple. Cordon off a block and wait for the disease to go away on its own, along with the people that, of course, have it. Is there anything you want me to do to help? Yes, I figured that you have been around a lot and you know a lot of people, so I want you to find the cure for this here steppe fever. Usually they ship whole crates of it to the front, because apparently it happens there all the time. But they haven't brought anything to our town in a long time. Alright, I'll look for the cure. How much medicine you need? If you can find medicine in the big factory boxes, 2 or 3 should suffice. You just can't carry anymore. And to remember, the epidemic is only days away. I'll do my best. Alright, so we got another mission. There'll be like a subplot to this. Hey, could you just like give me a stamp on a form here? No? Alright, well, I figured I'd try. Anywho, I don't think Mr. Conley has anything for us, but we might as well go over here. Anything going on over here? Nope. Let's go see Mr. Conley, and then I'll agonize over what breaks I'm gonna take. Nothing to say to you, Bernard. Or to you, Smuggles. Mr. Conley? Silently looks at Jack, annoyance visible on his face. Sorry to bother you. I just wanted to see if you had any more work. He does not, in fact, have work at this particular time. You follow the rules, you can break the big ones. I see. Come on and break the rules. Really put your back into it. Don't go pursue it. Alright. What am I going to do? As far as all these delicious perk points that we've accrued, am I going to go into this? I need to get another skill for that. We could get this, and that'd be really handy, because you've seen me breach people's personal bubbles, and they don't like that, so let's go ahead and grab that while it is available. I think that's definitely worth our while. As far as everything else, I would like to try out this cockiness. I've never used it before, and I think it could be really fucking stupid. So, let's buy it. Alright, cool. Agonization complete. Next time, we will go to this here hospital, and we'll see what we got in store. Until then, have fun there. Bye-bye.